Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we've got another discussion that I guess is pretty fundamental to us as humans, and it's a hard practice, I guess, to be in because it's a subject that I do see as a practice. It is an ongoing thing to remember. But what I want to talk about today is gratitude, the mindset of gratitude, the mindset of being appreciative, grateful, and thankful for that which exists all around us. It's not even about, to me, gratitude isn't even about like, it's not even about like stuff necessarily. It can be. It's not about a lot of things. It's about feeling interconnected with the world to me. Like there's a sense of gratitude that I get because I have this wonderful world to explore. Like I love going to a park. Like it's hard to not feel gratitude like in a park or a field or something like that where we literally have nature to enjoy. It's fascinating, it's interesting, it's pretty. Like there's so much for it, and it makes it easy. And I guess that's why I'm here today, right? Like I woke up and I felt pretty grateful this morning. Like I just felt good. And so I wanted to talk about gratitude because I guess because it's easy right now, because I'm at a place to where I feel grateful. I don't know. I guess I'm stepping out. I'm doing something a little bit new, getting here on the YouTube. I'm grateful that I'm having a good time doing that. I'm grateful that it's working out. I'm grateful that I'm developing and growing and learning new skills. And I'm grateful that, it's changed my outlook on some things. And and I guess it's just easier to talk about gratitude while we're in the middle of feeling it. And I think gratitude is so much more than a feeling. And I think it's something that if we incorporate into our practice, like there's even a lot of research on this, that there are different things that we can control in our world. And gratitude is one of those things that definitely seems to work toward happiness. And I guess it's easy to see that in today's world. Like everybody seems to be ungrateful. They live in envy, right? In jealousy. I want what everybody else has. This keeping up with the Jones idea, right? Or consumerism, right? And I think that it's really easy to forget how fundamentally that breaks our mind and how fundamentally consumerism strips us of a natural level of happiness that we could have if we chose to not engage in that. Now, I'm not saying don't go buy stuff, do what you want. I'm saying that by living in a world where you're focused on what you don't have, your mind fundamentally begins to ignore that which you do have. And so rather than being grateful that, I don't know, you have a house, you're mad because you don't have a Ferrari. And that's a terrible place to be. And it's just an unmanageable, unruly place to be. I'm not saying it's wrong to want a Ferrari, but I would challenge anybody that they're impacting their own happiness if they are failing to be grateful for, the things that they do have, like the simple basics of being housed or having work or, cause not everybody has these things. And it's just so easy to forget these basics. We've gotten so used to a certain level of life that we've stopped being grateful that simply not being homeless puts us in some of the richest society that even has ever existed in humanity. We have houses that are more sterile, more safe than have ever been at any point in history. We have running water, we have sanitation, and human waste removal, sewage. Like we literally have an amazing system that takes care of us in a way that nobody throughout history has really, really had before. And what do we do with that? We get mad we're not driving what the neighbor's driving. We get mad that we don't have a house in that neighborhood we like. We get mad that we don't live on the beach. And this is something we do to ourselves. This is a choice we've made to live in a world of what we don't have instead of a world of what we do have. And so we're living in a world in our minds of what we want, and we're foregoing the current circumstances because what? It's too hard not driving a Ferrari? That's it's a weird viewpoint when we hold that. And I'm not saying I'm above this. Like I said, today's an easy day. Today I feel gratitude easily. But That's not always true. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard to remember to sustain a state of mind or to value a state of mind that the entire world is trying to pull us away from, is trying to strip from us. We're inundated with commercials. We're told we need the new, latest, greatest thing. We don't have enough time, so we value things of convenience, and it just strips us of all of the gratitude that we could be having for being more safe than society's really ever been, being more secure than society's ever been, understanding more about the world than we've ever understood, less fear and questions from the unknown. And yet we live in a time of extreme anxiety and depression and a whole host of other neurotic behaviors that we all have. And I guess the challenge to you is, can you resolve those issues in your mind? Can you develop a practice that actually makes you feel better? And I guess I got into this for a little bit of a longer form because, sure, I could have made a little short and I could have said, hey, remember gratitude. It lifts our spirits. It makes us less depressed and anxious. It builds our happiness, and just remember to be grateful. Okay, fine. That's a great message. But when we hear that, well, yeah, it's great. We should remember to be grateful. And then maybe you think about a little bit of to be grateful for, but you miss out on the importance of the depth of this is really, really important if you want to be happy. This is really important if you want to have a stable outlook into the world. The research is definitely clear. This is a way to make you happier. You will be happier. Hormones in your body will actually change after developing like a routine or a mindset of gratitude. So it's an issue of happiness. It's also an issue of getting along better with people, because if you present a way of thinking, if your primary mode is to find the positive, to be grateful, to appreciate that which is going on, people are going to like you more. It's going to build your relationships better. And that's really important. Like, I think it's important, like when I'm with people that I care about, it's important to me to dole out compliments, or it's important for me to appreciate what they do that makes me feel good. Like my primary partner, like when she flirts with me, when she, does anything that's just fun or entertaining, I make sure I go out of my way to make sure I reciprocate or acknowledge or appreciate that in some way, because, well, it made me feel good. It made me smile, and I want her to do that more. And the best way is appreciating it, because who doesn't love being appreciated? Who doesn't love somebody else being grateful that they're there? And this goes with, it's not just like a primary partner thing. It's any friend. Anytime you have a friend, hey, I'm glad you took a minute to come have dinner with me. I've love our conversations. I'm glad you're here. It's no more complicated than that. But think about how much better you would like somebody if that's the way they treated you. Don't you think other people would like you more that way too? And so this can be it should be a lifestyle, I think, for us. And that's not easy, because it's easy to get caught up in the what I don't have, what I want, what my thoughts of the future are, and be caught up in all of that and forget about what it is that's going on right here today. And I guess that's another thing about gratitude, right? Is like, we always hear these concepts of like, stay in the moment, like, because anxiety robs us of the present by putting us in the future, right? That's anxiety. Depression puts us in the past by steals our present by putting us in the past, right? So depression is all of these things have happened and I don't know how to get past it. And so I feel helpless and hopeless. And anxiety is, I'm so worried about what's going to happen. And these are stealing our present moments. And we can counter that with gratitude. Being grateful is a great way to get over that, because being grateful, like I said, going for a walk and just being grateful for the beauty and the smells and the experience that you can get just walking on a trail. or going outside to a park. Like, I don't know, if you live near mountains or water. Like I used to love, growing up, I had a little stream. I just loved going out to that little stream. And I just remember loving life. And I was so happy as a child to have that stream. And I went there, and it was just far enough away from the house that, the parents wouldn't chase me and I could just get away from anything. And I was always so grateful for that. I guess that's part of why I have such a, grateful attitude toward nature. Is because it saved me from so much in childhood, or at least that's my perception of it. And that's how I used it. And I think that's a good way to use nature. We should be able to go out to nature, and we should be able to just enjoy ourselves for a while. We don't need the pressure of the world on our back all the time. We don't have to sit there and be anxious. I could worry about it for 4 hours tonight, or I can go on a walk and only worry about it 2 hours tonight. And I can enjoy my walk. And that's okay. What's it matter? Worrying about it 2 extra hours didn't change anything. But if I can stop and I can find a place to be grateful, I can have reprieve from the pressures of life. If I can stop and find times to be grateful, I can actually enjoy what's going on right now instead of being stuck in the past or the present. And it's just astonishing how much this affects our happiness. And I really wish there was a way for me to just grab people by the neck. I almost feel like I want to grab people and just start shaking them. Because don't you see you could be so much happier than what you are? Don't you see that there are paths that don't actually require changing anything significant other than the way we choose to approach things? And that's attainable for all of us if we want it to be. We can write ourselves a note on our phone, and when we open it up and, oh yeah, I need to stop and think about what I'm grateful for. And every time you open your phone, see that message. We have ways of doing this. You can train yourself into these as a habit. Try it. What do you got to lose? They say a habit can be developed in 21 days. What do you got to lose? Put a reminder in your phone every day. Be grateful. What have you got to lose? What you're going to waste 5 minutes every day being happy that you have a life worth pointing out a few things that are good? What have you got to lose? Anyway, I guess that's really all I got to say about that. I guess I was just feeling really grateful, and I think that's partly you guys. I'm out here, I'm having a good time sharing my thoughts. I'm getting some great engagement from people. And that just feels good to be out there in the world, maybe even helping somebody. And maybe this kind of video is just the thing somebody needs to get there. So anyway, with that, I guess there's only so much I can say about gratitude. I really encourage you to look into it, to get some information. And I guess with that, I thank you.